Hello, and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 7th grade concept of area of composite figures. This is standard 7.9C in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 36 of the 2024 released STAAR test. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. So we have the sidewall of a barn. And as we can see, we've got this, well, it depends on how we want to break it up. We could view it as a trapezoid, right, on top of a rectangle. That's one way to do it. If we wanted to even break it up into smaller pieces, we could say triangle, triangle, big rectangle, or triangle, triangle, and then two small rectangles. Doesn't really matter which way we do it. We add it up. The additive property of area means that we can take the area of all of these smaller shapes and it's going to come up with the same area. So let's look at the first big chunks, right? Let's look at the trapezoid on top and then the rectangle underneath. So we're just going to look at those two right there. So if we need to, we've got our reference materials here and trapezoid. You notice we've got 1/2 and then base plus base times height. Okay, so let's put that in there. So area of a trapezoid, okay, is going to be 1/2 base 1 plus base 2 times height. So 1/2, all right, so this base right up here, I can call that 15, right, because that just matches right up there. Now this other base, this is obviously 15, but then I need to include the 3's on either side. So that's 3 plus 15 plus 3, or 15 plus 6. That's 21. And then I need to make sure I get my height, which is, they give me that right there, 4. Right, so that's going to be 1/2, 15 plus 21, that's going to be 36, times 4. At this point, I want to go ahead and just take half of 36, that's 18 times 4. And so that is going to get me 72. All right, so just this right here is 72 square feet. Now, I've got my rectangle down here, and that's going to be a little bit easier, right? It's going to be 11 times 15. So let's do 11 times 15. And that's going to be 55. 11, I've got 165. All right, so if I want to add the rectangle, 165, and my trapezoid, what am I going to get? 7, that's going to be 13, 237. Okay, now I said there's multiple ways to do that. So that one looks like C. I'm going to go ahead and just mark that in because what I want to do is I want to reset this and I want to look at it a different way. All right, so what if we did a whole bunch of little shapes right here? So these little triangles, this rectangle, and then this rectangle. Right, so the little triangle, so the area of a triangle, remember, equals 1/2 base times height. So that's going to be 1/2, my base is 3. It's a right triangle, so I can use that side length. And my height is 4. So that's going to be 1/2 times 12, so that's going to equal 6. Now this one is 6. And then that's going to be the same thing, right? So I can say that's also 6 feet squared. Got this little rectangle right up here, and that's going to be 15. So I've got 4 times 15, right? So that area of a rectangle is going to be base times height. That's going to equal 4 times 15, so that's 60. All right, so I've got a 60 right there. And then we've got this 15 times 11, right? So remember, this was the 165. All right, so if we add all that up, guess what we're going to get? Well, 165, 60, 6 and 6, let's make that 12. We're going to end up with the exact same thing, right? That's still going to be 237. So it doesn't really matter how you break it up, you're going to get 237 square feet, C.